Welcome to this tapping to cope with the COVID-19 situation, tapping session. Today we're going to tap about working with our waves of emotions and the tender part of us, our inner child. Because I've noticed in myself, frankly, and in other people that there can be quite a fluctuation of emotions. And sometimes we're completely overwhelmed by them, and they're not even our emotions. So if you are like me and you're sensitive and you're an empath, you may actually absorb all the fear and the confusion and maybe sometimes the anger, everything that's around. And today I wanted to address that. So if this is the first time that you're attending a tapping session, it's also called Emotional Freedom Technique. And in this series, I created a playlist. You can go and refer to the introduction to tapping video for you to understand better, but it's not necessary. You can just follow what I do. Tapping will help you calm your nervous system. Literally, that's what it does. It's going to deactivate your triggers. As I said today, we are going to work with emotions. And before we do the tapping, I would like to bring you inward. And for whoever is attending, whether you're attending live or on replay, we're going to start with a mini meditation to really go inward and bring all parts of ourselves here in this session. So before we start, please take a deep breath and let it go. And now close your eyes and feel the chair under your body. Feel the ground under your feet. Feel the air on your skin. Bring yourself back to this moment now. Bring yourself back to your body and your consciousness in your body. And see if you have any tension, any sensation. Take notice, just take notice. And if anything needs to be released, just breathe and release any constriction or contraction or discomfort with your breathing. Also notice how you feel. Don't try to change it, just notice. And now open your eyes. So I don't know if you were able to feel already some sensations, and if that's the case, you can put something in the chat. I will not distract you so you can have some privacy. Now, if you felt something already that you know you want to work on today, some kind of emotion that has been disturbing you today, now in this moment, put it on paper. And by the way, know that what we're going to do today, you can repeat it with any kind of emotion that you really want to honor, feel, and flow, process in and out. So just know that I muted, but if you want to say something, you can put it in the chat. I'll reopen after. So now let's connect with that part of us because there are several parts of us. I always say we are like a disco ball. We have so many facets and so many parts of us. And sometimes most of the time, we are processing life with the bigger part of us, the part of us that is whatever age you are, the part of us, the part of you that's resourceful, the part of you that finds solution and resolve problems, is proactive, is creative, is really moving through life with some kind of competency, with some kinds of abilities, all the strength that you built through the years that you've been on this earth. But when we are facing challenges like the ones we face today, where there is so much uncertainty, there is so much fear, there is so much happening and we're not sure what to think, the part of us that is triggered because we're highly stressed is the small part of us, the child in us. We kind of, under that amount of stress and fear, we regress to a younger age. Can be 6, can be older a little bit, can be a little bit younger. And that part of us needs attention. It needs to be seen. So I'm going to see first what the comments are. Feeling melancholy today, going inward and quiet, not motivated. Yes, and so Christine, I've been feeling melancholy today too. And that's what I wanted to mention. You may feel feelings related to the COVID-19 and not realize that, knowing that it's directly related to our situation. But what you may feel also is feelings about stuff that happened in your life before that. Like for me, I was feeling, the Scorpio moon too. It was, by the way, a gorgeous moon yesterday. We had a halo and then we had some kind of like a rainbow around it yesterday. It was gorgeous. So you may be feeling feelings, very strong feelings, overwhelming feelings about events that happened before in your life. Like if you listen to my podcast, you know that I'm a mom with teenagers, and one of my teens, she's now 18, but before she graduated, she had to switch school. We had to switch her to online because she started ditching and the school where she was going wasn't a right fit for her, and she ended up missing a lot of school. We had to switch, and she ended up graduating. And because she wanted to go because she started to a partial online school, partially, she didn't want to go to the graduation party because she didn't know those people. She thought it was weird, and I didn't want to force her. Well, today I realized that she didn't want it for herself, but I missed that too. I wanted to celebrate my daughter and celebrate the fact that she did it, even though she missed so much school and she was really able to catch everything up. I wanted that ceremony. And it was really sad for me that we didn't experience this celebration and this milestone together as a family. So are there things that you are emotional about that apparently don't have anything to do with the COVID-19, but you are remembering and suddenly you are experiencing very strong emotions about them, and maybe sadness, maybe anger, or any kind of other emotions? Let me know. And if you're watching that on replay, you can let me know under this video as a comment. And if you have a question, you can also ask. So I was surprised, but then knowing, like I mentioned, some of us are very sensitive to the energy around us, and the energy around us right now is intense. It's intense. There is fear all over, and there is anger. People are fighting because some people really respect the confinement and all the rules. Other people don't care so much. I did in my membership a whole session about discovering who you are through what we're facing today, because certain patterns will re-emerge. And the way we deal with one challenge is usually the way we deal with everything else. And it's just more accentuated with what we're living now. So if we're someone who tend to catastrophize, we are going to catastrophize big time. If we're someone who tend to live in denial, we may be in denial of the danger. We may be more balanced. There are so many possibilities. And because of everything that happens, we may not be able to deal with all that deep, deep inside. The little child in us may not be able to deal with all that. So, like I said earlier, take notice. And now close your eyes again. Put your hand on your heart. Connect, if you can, with that tender part of yourself, that little child. If you don't get a visual, that's okay. You can get a feeling. You can feel that you cannot really connect with a kid, but connect with something tender, some kind of softness in you. Try to bring your awareness to that place in you. The place that is not the one who knows how to do everything. The place that's not the one who knows how to do life. And see that child in you, that tender part of you. What does she want to tell you, or what does he want to tell you? What do you feel? So you may have touched base with those emotions earlier when we did the exercise, like Christine felt some melancholy. You may have connected with sadness. What do you connect with right now? And if you can, what would that part of you would be trying to tell you? If she could talk and you could listen, what is the message? What does need to be seen? What do you have to honor? Is there a specific emotion, a specific request from that part of you? Just let it come. And now open your eyes. I'm going to bring the attendees on camera in case you have something that you want to participate, you want to tell us, you can. If something came up. For the people who watch that in replay, what came up, even if it seems totally unrelated, even if it seems weird, write it on paper and honor that. Because we may feel stuff and just push it down because it's not a nice feeling, and we try to ignore it or push it down. But the way to really process it out is to honor it. This part of you needs to be honored. For me, it's the sadness. This little part of me is seeing the world change. And there is a sadness of a world that I knew that's leaving. Maybe things will never be the same ever again. And that's scary. And that's confusing. And this part of me is telling me that someone needs to take charge because she can't manage that. And that someone is the mature woman that I am today. So if anything else came in, just take notice. And now we're going to start tapping to see if there is anything else under the surface, and to give you the tools and the format for you to do that again. So again, if you're not familiar with tapping, that's okay. Just follow what I say, what I do. And mostly what I say, if you need to tweak a word to be more personal to you, please do that, because the more precise, the more personal it is, the better. So let's start. Since Christine, do you mind being the guinea pig, or do you want me to just take you off camera and do that generally for everybody? Oh, you look muted. Wait, glasses. I can't see anything without glasses. Okay, let's do that. Let's unmute.
I'm sorry. So what were you asking? Go ahead.
I was asking if you want to be the demonstration, or if you want me to take you off camera and tap generally and you can follow. Whatever.
It doesn't, I'm comfortable with either. Whatever works for you, whatever you feel is a good fit.
Well, since I love when people are here live, because that way it can be more customized, and that way you get something out of being here with us. And I thank you for being here. So let's start with the karate chop, and we're going to tap with 2 or 3 fingers. You can tap with 1 hand, 2 hands, it doesn't matter, as long as you follow the points and you follow the process. So let's go with, even though I feel melancholic and sad.
Even though I feel melancholy and sad.
I honor what I feel and I love myself completely.
I honor what I feel and I love myself completely.
Even though, wait, continue tapping. I'm just going to change the view. That way it's easier. Even though I feel melancholy and I'm sad.
Even though I feel melancholy and I'm sad.
I honor what I feel and I love myself completely.
I honor what I feel and I love myself completely.
Even though I feel melancholy and I'm sad.
Even though I am melancholy and I feel sad.
I honor how I feel and I love myself completely.
I honor how I feel and I love myself completely.
All this melancholy and sadness in my body.
All this melancholy and sadness in my body.
All this sadness, I don't even know, I'm not sure where it comes from.
All this sadness and I'm not sure where it comes from.
All this sadness in my body that brings me down.
All this sadness in my body that brings me down.
All this sadness that keeps me unmotivated somehow.
All this sadness that keeps me unmotivated somehow.
All this sadness in my body, I wonder what it is about.
All this sadness in my body, I wonder what it's all about.
Do you have an idea of what it's about, or it's just there?
I think it's just there, though. What you touched on and what you were feeling about, what is this newness going to look like? Even though I'm positive about the newness, I'm unsure of it.
So even though I'm a very positive person,
even though I'm a very positive person,
it's important to honor what I feel.
It's important to honor what I feel.
And what I feel right now is sadness.
And what I feel right now is sadness.
There's a part of me who's positive about the newness.
There's a part of me that's positive about the newness.
But there is also a part of me that may have to say goodbye to an old dream.
There's a part of me, though, that may have to say goodbye to an old dream.
The dream that the life that we had would always be here.
The dream that the life that we had would always be here.
Because it may change.
Because it may change.
And sure, there are great things that are going to emerge.
And sure, there are great things that are going to emerge.
But we probably have to go a little bit differently about how we relate.
But we probably have to go about how we relate, differently about how we have to relate.
And maybe just temporarily.
And maybe just temporarily.
But nevertheless, it's here.
But nevertheless, it's here.
So that sadness in my body.
So that sadness in my body.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
I don't know what's going to be.
I don't know what it's going to be.
And the part in me, the little part in me, is kind of scared.
And the part of me, the little part of me is scared.
That little girl, she doesn't know what's going to be.
That little girl, she doesn't know what's going to be.
She has never faced something like that.
She has never faced something like this.
And she feels alone.
And she feels alone.
She needs me.
She needs me.
If you could see that part of you, what do you have, a visual, an image, or a sensation?
Mm-hmm.
If you could talk to her and ask her, what do you need from me?
What do you need from me? Hope.
Hope. That little girl in me who needs hope.
That little girl in me that needs hope.
I love her so much.
I love her so much.
And I didn't realize she needed that.
And I didn't realize she needed that.
And now I know.
And now I know.
She needs hope.
She needs hope.
So, little girl in me.
So, little girl in me.
Don't worry, I'm here.
Don't worry, I'm here.
I'm here and there is hope.
I'm here and there is hope.
Because no matter what happens, I'm here with you.
Because no matter what happens, I'm here with you.
No matter what happens, we'll find a gift in it.
No matter what happens, we'll find a gift in it.
Because there is always a gift.
Because there's always a gift.
And all that sadness in my body,
and all that sadness in my body,
I'm going to let it go.
I'm going to let it go.
And little girl in me,
and little girl in me,
you can also let go of that sadness.
You can also let go of that sadness.
It is okay that you feel sadness.
It is okay that you feel sadness.
It is okay for me to feel sadness.
It is okay for me to feel sadness.
I honor how I feel.
I honor how I feel.
And it has a purpose.
And it has a purpose.
One of the first purposes was to connect with my little girl.
And one of the purposes is to have connected with my little girl.
And I'm here for that tender part of me.
And I'm here for that tender part of me.
And I thank the sadness.
And I thank the sadness.
For this message.
For this message.
And now ask your sadness if there is anything else.
Mm-mm.
So that was what needed.
Yeah, that's what seemed to. Nothing else seems to be coming up at the moment.
And if you're watching on replay, something is coming out, just pause the video and continue tapping on what's coming out. Honor it. Ask for the messages. Ask your little child if this emotion is hers and continue with it. So this sadness in my body.
This sadness in my body.
It has served its purpose.
It has served its purpose.
And it's no longer needed.
And it's no longer needed.
I understand the message.
I understand the message.
Sadness, you can go.
Sadness, you can go.
I see the sadness leaving my body. See if you can get a visual.
I see the sadness leaving my body.
Do you feel any resistance at all to leaving the sadness leaving?
No.
I now choose to let go of that sadness.
I now choose to let go of that sadness.
It is no longer needed.
It is no longer needed.
It is safe to let go of the sadness.
It is safe to let go of the sadness.
It is safe to open to a new emotion.
It is safe to open to a new emotion.
Maybe more peace.
Maybe more peace.
Maybe more love in my body.
Maybe more love in my body.
The love that I have for myself.
The love that I have for myself.
The love that I have for that little girl.
The love that I have for that little girl.
Send her love now and see how she reacts.
Joyful and dancing.
Ask her if she needs anything else from you right now.
No.
So hug her and tell her that for now you're going to go, but you're always next to her whenever she needs. And you're together in this. She's not alone. And next time she needs your attention, tell her that she can ask softly and you'll get it. I make a commitment to be there for myself.
I make a commitment to be there for myself.
I make a commitment to be there for all the parts of myself.
I make a commitment to be there for all the parts of myself.
I make a commitment to love and send love to the whole of me.
I make a commitment to send love to the whole of me.
I love myself.
I love myself.
And I can give myself the love and the hope that I need.
And I can give myself the love and the hope that I need.
And I choose to do so now.
And I choose to do so now.
Open your heart to receive love. And I know it's weird, but send love to your own heart. And feel what it feels. And say thank you to yourself for having honored and attended to yourself. I now feel more peaceful.
I now feel more peaceful.
More hopeful.
More hopeful.
More powerful.
More powerful.
And I bathe into that softness that I can bring for myself.
And I bathe into that softness that I can bring for myself.
Love, hope, and peace are always available to me.
Love, hope, and peace are always available to me.
I can give them to myself.
I can give them to myself.
And I'm excited to see what it's going to do in my life.
And I'm excited to see what it's going to do in my life.
I open to joy and peace right now.
I open to joy and peace right now.
I can't wait to see how the next few days are going to be.
I can't wait to see how the next few days are going to be.
I open to receiving joy constantly, even when I don't know I do.
I open to receiving joy constantly, even though I don't know.
I am blessed.
I am blessed.
I am at peace.
I am at peace.
I am a child of the universe and I am loved.
I am a child of the universe and I am loved.
I am blessed and all is well.
I am blessed and all is well.
Now take a deep breath. And what I forgot to do before the tapping is measuring the, I sometimes forget the level.
I always forget.
Yeah, the level of melancholy. But do you feel now when you try to go back to that melancholy and that sadness, do you feel a change? Do you feel that it went lower?
Yes, I do. I feel brighter. I feel happier. Yes.
Great. And so you can do that anytime you need with any kind of emotions that you feel that is overwhelming, because I know that you're sensitive too. And a lot of the people who follow me are very sensitive. And we don't realize that we pick up on things around us. And we feel the world literally. And there is so much out there right now that it may be scary. I see that my computer is going to die. Um, I so I think I wanted to do a short one that we can access anytime we need. Do you feel, is there anything else that you feel you need right now?
No, that was wonderful.
Great, I'm happy. And that was wonderful for me too, because I do it so it goes through
Mm.
me as well.
Mm.
So I want to thank you for being here, and I want to thank any replay viewer. And I'm always available for comments, questions, because this is going to be the last one of the series and for the COVID-19, but I'm always there in my podcast, on my Facebook. It's Your French Life Coach on Facebook. And I'm always there for you if there is something you need to ask me. I'm not pressuring at all. Thank you. Thank you, Christine, for being here today. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I send you many blessings to everyone, sending love and blessing and peace and joy. Bye for now.
Thank you.